All right, it's November 12th, and it's been a while again since we've done a video because we've been hard at work. I know everything still seems a little disastrous out here, but we've actually made a lot of progress. So you'll see the sewer trench is still open. The guys had to replace a bunch of the sewer pipe, and with Veterans Day yesterday, they couldn't wrap it up, but they should be finishing it today and hopefully getting that approved, and then that'll all be filled in. And then you'll notice the gas bell hole here, which was open for quite a while, has been mostly filled. It has to be backfilled and compacted, but the new gas is basically hooked up and ready to go back here at the rear of the property. And the other thing you'll notice is that pretty much all of the electrical trench, in fact at this point all of the electrical trench, has been backfilled and compacted because we've got our test this morning to make sure that the conduit didn't get crushed, and then if that is approved, then PG&E will pull the power on December 3rd. So you can see the boxes we put in. We actually originally just had the one PG&E box rotated 90 degrees. Then we found out after the fact that we couldn't have two utilities in the same box, so PG&E is now in one, and then cable and telephone can go in the other one, although really cable is the only thing that matters. And so then this trench has been backfilled all the way, and the meter panel's been hung, and it's all been terminated. So hopefully that test passes today and we can get power scheduled to get hooked back up. You can also see back here we've got the gas line coming into the house and the termination for the cable that just kind of goes into the house there. So that's all tidied up, or as tidy as it's going to get, basically to get ready for pulling those services back in. On the inside, obviously the drywall is still here and waiting. The new water heaters are up. Those should be pretty good, but the other good news, I guess, is that we've passed all of our rough inspections. We did that on Monday. So rough electrical, rough plumbing, rough mechanical, rough framing, those are all basically done. So all the wire at this point, we think, has been pulled. You can see all the penetrations have been foamed closed. Mom's been diligently working on doing that. Sprinkler system is all fully hooked up. We actually have water back in the house. That's live again. There's a bit of a last minute blowout with the water system that they had to fix. So I'm sure the crawl space is muddy in spots, and then the drains had to be tested for leaks, but everything should be pretty much in. You can see Mom again diligently foaming all the doors and windows. There's quite a few of those to do, so that's going to take a lot of great stuff. But again, all the wiring should be in, and you can see all the AV cabling is pulled back to the closets where it terminates and basically ready to go. There's another of our intrepid helpers. You can see if there's enough light. It's a little dark, but all the AV wiring's been pulled and finalized at this point. It's all been, I think, as neatly tied together as possible so that everything terminates where it's supposed to go. And really the heart of the house at this point is sort of the guest bedroom closet where all the networking stuff will wind up. You got cable and telephone coming into this box, as well as some AV, and then really here, which again is a little hard to see in the light, is all the network terminations. I think there's 45 or so home runs of network. Obviously the house will have wireless too, but wired's typically faster. And actually this was all Cat 6A network cabling, which is capable of 10 gigabits per second. So hopefully the house is future-proofed for a little bit. I don't think we'll be using that anytime soon, but it's there. Again, so the AV cabling's all done. Here's the big valve for the shower. This was tested at least a little bit when the plumbers were here. We powered it up with the bypass, and all the valves opened and the shower didn't leak, which was a good thing. Other than that, basically we're waiting for insulation. Everything is done at this point. The installation guys are supposed to be coming today, so hopefully after today the sewer trench will be filled, the insulation will start going in, and we'll be able to start moving on. We were going to hold off a little bit on the drywall, basically give ourselves till the week of Thanksgiving before that starts, just because we want to make sure we can get things like tubs and tub surrounds in and set up so they can more easily do their drywall. And per usual, we're sure we probably missed a couple of things here and there, so we just want to make sure we're not in a rush, because once the drywall goes in, we're going to be completely unable to do anything. So we're getting pretty close at this point. The house is about as clean as it's been now in 6 or 7 months, and hopefully the installation guys don't make too much of a mess, although I'm sure it'll be dusty with fiberglass. And then outside, again, not too much has changed, although the chimney, all the stonework is now done. The fireplace guys still have to get their metal caps fabricated and get those on, but they took their measurements, or at least I believe they took their measurements, and they should be working on that. So they are almost done with all the exterior work. That's actually probably about the last thing that's not 100% weatherproof on the outside of the house, so the caps of these chimneys. We got it kind of covered with plastic for now, but once those chimney caps go on and they finish putting like the rain hoods on there, vent pipes for the chimneys, then we'll be done for sure. Again, the grill hood's all up. A little bit of work to do yet there just to kind of finish it off, but really not too much left. Speaker wires pulled for the outside speakers. Everything's done, at least from an outside standpoint, and we're looking forward to getting insulation in. Once the insulation goes in, it's actually going to start getting really dark in that house because there won't be any light shining through the walls anymore. So fingers crossed that everything goes well and we get the insulation in and inspected quickly, and then we'll move on to a little bit of finish work with the tubs and drywall. And then once we finish off a couple of rooms, we'll be ready to move back in, and definitely more than ready from a timing standpoint. We want to get back in here, even if it's rough, just to get back into place. So fingers crossed.